a sign of our unity among each other. And with all Americans, the two teams will conduct the normal post-game handshake at this time. Thank you.
Good evening for Madison Public Television and Daniel Hand High School Tiger football. This is game 2 of the 2001 season at Strong Field. First home game against Fairfield Prep. We're about ready to be underway. Hand will get the ball first. This is Kent Sprague with Frank Tordoff beside me. John Woods has got the camera for the first quarter. Steve Fust will take it for the second quarter. We're about ready to begin the second game of the season, and Frank, I see Fairfield Prep ran all over Guilford 40-0 last week.
Really crushed them, but I don't know because of that particular week how much you can count on it. But let me tell you this, that we saw 2 games ourselves last week in one first half, second half type thing. And first half, you could tell all the young kids, and you see some first game jitters. Second half, they really came together and saw our old-fashioned Hand knock them down, drag them out. Football should be a good one tonight.
Back deep to receive for a Hand are Tim Chalmers and Federico, and that's Lee that picks it up.
Mr. Lee.
He takes it back to about the 39.
Now, Mr. Lee had a great game last week. It was funny because I was thinking that Krieger was doing, having the better game. They both had wonderful games, both over 100 yards. But Mike Lee's really kind of snuck up on you with about 130 yards of carrying last week. We'll get a chance to see more of that, and we'll reiterate some of the stats that we get.
So Hand with the ball first. Mesa over the ball at center. He's wearing 52. The program says he's wearing 71, but he's actually wearing 52. Walter Smith is the quarterback. That's Michael Lee. Gains about 2.
Yeah, it's kind of, we have to remember that number 52, like you just said, is Jack Mesa. That's the same number his older brother wore as well, so kind of was thinking he'd grab that baby back. It's the Mesa number, if you will. Takes broad shoulders to carry the 5 and the 2.
We'll pick up the lineman as soon as we can here. 2nd and 8. That's the tailback carrying in a big hole. That's Krieger down to the 45.
Krieger with about a 14-yarder right there. Nice job. Had a beautiful hole coming off right tackle. Well, let me tell you, this right-hand side of Hand, which is usually the real driving side that Hand has, with O.L.J. Spinato. Now they move it to the other side.
Now we got 2 receivers left, 1 right, and Mike Lee is the only man behind the quarterback, and he gets the ball and is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe makes a yard.
Maybe
the hard way.
Well, you saw some pulling action down there, and Preppy's able to take advantage of coming through the back hole on that.
These kids are big in the line for Fairfield Prep.
Well, remember, the Prep is a double L school, so they have a pretty good bunch of horses to draw from down there.
In the line for Hand are the 2 captains, Meade and Spinato. Kittle is wearing 74. Walter Smith rolling, looking to throw. There's his man. Nice. Complete pass.
Doolittle.
And he's got a first down. That's number 2 over there, Doolittle. Craig Doolittle completed.
Very nicely executed. Kent, that pass was right on the number 2. And old Craig brought that baby down and took it out there right on the right side, which was the left side. Got it in there. Nobody else was going to be able to catch it. Nice job by the gentleman.
Tim Chalmers brings in a play, and the ball is at about the 34. First down for Hand. Smith rolling this way, looking to throw again. Complete pass.
Chalmers.
It's Chalmers.
Nice job. Good combination. Went left. Now this time they rolled it out to the right-hand side. Good job. Walter's left-handed thrower, as you can see. Going to make his name Smith and Walter.
And Doolittle spells Chalmers, brings in a play. Each one of them brings in a play and says, throw it to me.
Get me the ball.
2nd down and about 5.
Whoa, that'll be 5
jumped early.
5 free ones for him. I don't think that was hand drawing them off in any way, so it should be 5 free ones. And that's going to make it second and about 1, wouldn't you say?
Less than 1.
That'll be close to a Tiger first down.
Just short of a first down, I believe, at about the 24. We're early in this game. No score yet, but Hand has the first possession, and they're still moving it. Second and short here. He needs about a foot for a first down. That's the tailback. Krieger carries it down to the 20, first down.
Very sweet play. You know, you want to see the picture of a man throwing an offensive block was L.J. right that time. He came out of his point stance, drove his forearms right into the opposing player, drove him to the right, leaving a nice hole.
Number 66 is in the game. That's Raul Altrich. Lineman for Hand. First down for Hand, right across the 20. Pitch wide to Krieger. He's got room to run. Krieger cuts it back across the 10. He should have another first down.
Another first down and probably about 6 or 7. That time you just saw LJ. Again, we're going to be using his name a lot, and being the senior 4-year Letterman co-captain, he pulled out of his tackle position, went just a little bit left, and again sealed off that corner very, very well.
First down for Hand, first and goal, just short of the 10. Power eye. And that's the tailback Krieger, and he gains about a yard, and that's all. Over right guard, right tackle.
I'm really interested in seeing the play calls so far. You know, they've been left, right, passes, runs, dives, sprint outs. There's been a little bit of everything already.
They were following Spinato, blocking ahead of that play, gained a yard. Second and goal. Hand puts 2 receivers to the right, Doolittle and Loma. And Walter Smith hands it off to the tailback, who makes a spin and is cut down immediately.
That was fast Freddie Federico. Sophomore this year. Been doing some, last game, did some pretty nice returns.
Federico was stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Third down and goal, still between the 8 and the 9. We may see a pass play here, Frank, and Hand is flooding the left side with 3 receivers.
You sure are. Look at that. Interesting.
Smith rolling that way, looking to throw, just out of reach of Chalmers. Chalmers went down and out and could not make the catch. Got one hand on it. And it looks like the field goal kicker goes on here, Frank. Number 24 for Hand.
Pelletier.
Stephen Pelletier. He was 3 for 3 on extra point kicks last week.
Sophomore Steve Pelletier will attempt the field goal.
Well, this is about 5 yards longer than a point after.
This is going to be at the 15, so about a 25, 26-yard attempt. Smith is a holder. Good snap, good hold. Gets up and it looks good.
Yes.
Good kick is good. Hand takes the lead, 3-0 with 7:10 left in the first quarter.
Well, anytime you can take the opening kickoff, bring it down for some points, you like to see that. The defense did stiffen up a bit on Hand down there inside that, as they call it, the red zone. Once you're inside the 10, it's the ultra scarlet zone, I think. Nice job by the Hand crew.
Number 49 is Kevin Brooks.
Tim Chalmers will kick off. And on that first drive, Frank, Hand kept the ball for almost 5 minutes. And so far, Fairfield Prep has not touched the ball.
That's correct. Now, they've got a highly touted offense.
Low kick and fumbled and on the ground.
Got to come down on that quickly.
Be picked up down there. And man is running
back. The ball.
Ball is loose. Hand gets it. Hand has got the ball. I'm not sure who got that. It looked like number 45 for Hand. That's Justin Stisley.
The Stisley brothers. Justin very, very well came down there, met the wedge head on, but as the man spun out, he had already bobbled the ball a little bit. Didn't have a good handle as he spun away from the wedge. Hand took advantage.
And with the ball in good shape, down about the 13. Almost, but wide right. There the man jumped early for Fairfield.
Well, we'll take that one. It's going to put it inside the 10 with first down. Just to remind people when they're watching this next week or even later in the season that it was raining right up until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So there is quite a bit of moisture down there on the field. I mean, it's not showing moisture, but it is damp. And so the ball will be a little bit slippery.
We got a break in the action here. I didn't see who took that timeout. Did you, Frank? But with 6:57 left in the first quarter, Hand leading 3-0. And 1st and 5, the ball is spotted at about the 13. We've got a break in the action. Mike Lee and Sean Krieger in the backfield. That's Lee with the ball. Going over the right side, inside the 5.
Inside the 5-yard line.
Mr. Lee, nothing but good leg drive power that time.
He's
2nd and 1.
He's within a yard of a first down. Needs about 4 for a touchdown, 1 for a first down. So far, early in the game, Hand has had the ball all the time here. Almost bit wide left. Krieger and Lee behind quarterback Walter Smith. Pitch wide to Krieger. Krieger cuts it back and into the end zone.
Oh, he dropped it, but a touchdown.
Touchdown Hand.
It was knocked out as he passed the goal line, therefore the touchdown. Even at that, he did fall on it, but he did break the plane with the ball in control.
Everything going right so far for Hand. Even though that ball knocked loose, Mike Lee recovered it, even if they'd have called it a fumble.
Smith and Wesson will be taken up. Smith and Walter will be taken up.
L.J. Spinato is a long snapper. Walter Smith the holder. Pelletier to try the extra point. It's up and no good. Off right. So Pelletier misses his first run of the season.
There's a pretty good drive on that man on the outside coming in there, Ken.
We have 6:30 left in the first quarter. Hand leads Fairfield Prep 9-0. We're down to 6:30 left in the first quarter. Fairfield Prep has not run a play from scrimmage yet. And it's 9-0, Hand leading. Chalmers to kick off. And another low, hard kick. Going to be fielded on the fly this time at about the 13. Run up the middle, and the man still going. Finally dragged down across the 40, about the 44. A late flag comes in.
There might be a face mask on that. I hope not, because, boy, that'll be a...
At the end of the run.
Hope it's not on Hand.
The tackle by Chalmers and Mike Lee as Rodriguez brings it back to the 44-yard line.
That is going to be a face mask call on the end of that run back, so Fairfield Prep will have the ball in good shape.
Yeah, it's going to give him a 15.
That was,
inadvertent.
That was a good return. He almost broke that one.
Yes, he really did. I guess he was trying to make amends for muffing the first one that he had. So here's the first play from scrimmage for the Preppies.
Well, it's only, they didn't penalize that 15, Frank.
No, it was inadvertent. They gave it 5 yards.
So they're just short of the midfield stripe. Fairfield Prep running to the left, and the man trips down. No game.
Tripped on the chalk down there, I guess, that time.
Fell over a blade of grass.
The ball carrier slips down at the line of scrimmage. No gain. 2nd down.
Calling the defensive signals for Hand is big number 76, co-captain in there.
Number 77 is Billy Larson.
That's Tony Mead.
Fred Stisley is one of the ends.
Bill Larson is 77.
And L.J. Spinato at the other tackle.
42 is Sean Krieger in the line for him. Run up the middle, and he isn't going to get much there. Less than a yard.
All right.
A lot of manpower there. He ran into big number 56 for him, and that's one of the co-captains.
You run into 56. You run into what I consider one of the best linemen Hand has produced in all my years, I think, of watching high school football.
The other lineman that I didn't mention earlier is number 11 on the far side, Brett Stisley.
Luke Monero over here on this corner position.
They're down in about 10.
Gonna go pass.
Pass straight back, looking left.
his man.
Looking left. There's a man open, wide open. Complete pass, first down, across the 40.
Just barely a first down. He really didn't come down enough to get it on the automatic catch on that thing. He had to gain about 3 or 4 yards to actually get the first down. He did. A little bit soft coverage by Hand.
Tackled by number 9, Mark McGee, and number 19, Luke Monero. First down, Fairfield at the 38. We have about 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Hand is leading 9-0. Fairfield's first possession. Straight back, looking to throw left. Now he's looking
right there.
Now
Holy
he's going to throw it high in the air. That's not near anybody.
Oh, what a hold was going on down here. The one Spinato.
And Spinato was right in on the quarterback.
And even with the man who was holding him, I mean, it was like they were locked arms down there, kid. I was just watching that.
Shirt tail?
No, he had him actually locked his elbow right up. So, interlocking elbows. Thought they were doing a do-si-do or something down there, but old LJ still got in there and pressured
Second
him.
and 10. Number 4 playing the deep safety is Ben Mullen.
He also went linebacker.
It's a draw. Going to the right. And he's got some yardage. Gains about 6 or 7, looks like.
Some pretty good blocking on the offense going over to that side.
Puts it down to about the 33-yard line.
That was a delay. Quarterback went back looking like he was going to pass and then slipped it off to the tailback.
Old-fashioned kind of draw delay type thing.
Third and a long 4.
It was successful.
Who we got for inside linebackers here, Frank? 36 is one of them.
Well, we got
36
Tony.
is Tony Spinato.
And Tony Meade are the insiders.
And there's another run up the middle. And he's cut down. Short gain, short of a first down.
Yeah. Not quite there that time. They went right and then left with those 2 draws, and the right-hand side of Hand was a little bit more ready to take it on. Got a lot of help from the sidelines, though. We could hear the whole sidelines calling out the help for him.
It's fourth down and about 3 near the 30, and I see no indication of any kicking here, Frank. They're going to try to get back in this ball game.
Trying to get back, it's not too bad because they would only pick up a few if they did kick it and went in the end zone. Chance of dropping it dead, pinning Hand back.
They got 2 receivers to the right.
See Hand do a nice rush on this quarterback. Well, they're going to die. No,
quarterback still got it, and an option play.
And the ball's down.
Fumble. Hand has got the ball, it looks like. Hand recovers. 76 for Hand.
Excellent job. There was a quarterback option on that, obviously. And Hand pressured the quarterback. He did a flip out to his trailing man, not making it good enough. Hand was able to come away with it nicely.
Tony Meade recovered that fumble. It was a late pitch, and the trail man could not handle it.
Really, it was just about a trade of positions. Whether it had gone 4th and out on that one, Hand taking it's just about the same position.
Hand with the ball back at about the 28 now. Here's the tailback carry, and the ball looks like it's loose on that one. Fairfield says they've got it.
That's what they say.
Fairfield recovers.
Coming on the play.
Krieger loses the ball on a plunge right up the middle and gets the ball right back at the 29.
That's one you don't see Hand very often losing the ball that way, but it just, timing wasn't quite there on the handoff and a little miscue. It was sort of just a trade of possessions that time.
Fairfield Prep with the ball back at the 29. We're down near 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Hand leading 9-0 against Fairfield Prep. But the Jesuits have the ball. The tailback carry going to the left, and he bounces off of one tackler, keeps going down to the 25.
That was Mike Lee coming in there. I mean, he shot in there and almost had him down behind the line of scrimmage, but wasn't able to get the good leverage on him.
About a 5-yard gain.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 24 now.
Rounding out the defense for the Tigers, Ben Mullins at free safety. The corners are number 19, Luke Monero, and number 12, Pat Durham.
2nd and 5. Quarterback pitch running to the right. Man's got the yardage down near the 20.
Nicely taken down by Mike Lee that time. Looks like Mike's playing a rover slot out there.
Very close to a first down where the referee's got his foot.
Kevin Ryan, the ball carrier, takes it across the 20 to about the 19.
I didn't see any signal for a first down.
No, not quite.
It's inches short.
It'll be 3rd and inches.
And we're down to one minute left in the first quarter. Fairfield with the ball.
Correction, first down.
Now they call it a first down. Not sure what that was, but we're ready to go now.
Well, it was changing the down marker on the other side.
And plunge right up the middle, gains down to about the 16.
Kevin Ryan, the ball carrier.
Yeah.
To about the 16.
Old LJ down there.
Gain of 3, it'll be 2nd.
There must be some interesting chatter going in. I mean, I'm sure they're talking about the weather and their mother's cooking between LJ Spinato and the whole offensive line.
Frank, did you see the kid for Hand that just went in was big number 70 wearing a cast on his right arm? Who is
Little
that?
Tommy Drew.
Who is that masked man?
That's Little Tommy, I think.
He did not play at all last week. He was not in uniform, but tonight he's getting his first action here.
Good to see Little Tommy in there.
The ball carrier takes it across the 15.
That's old Fast Eddie's younger brother. Anybody who doesn't know it might know Fast Eddie better from back at the old last championship team that we had.
I believe little brother is bigger than Fast Eddie, isn't he?
Well, yeah, I think they found some extra fertilizer for old Little Tommy to sit in there or something. But
that play ends the first quarter with Hand. Fairfield Prep has had the ball exactly once in the whole quarter, right, Frank?
Well, once and a half, if you want to remember the between the fumble and then the refumble and get it back again. But sustained drive is actually started on the 50.
It'll be 3rd and 5 coming up for Fairfield Prep at the
We'll take a break to begin the second quarter. Ready, Steve?
Oh, Preps does really look well drilled, though, Ken. I got to hand it to him.
Fairfield has the ball. 3rd and 5. The ball spotted about the 14 as we begin the second quarter. Tailback carry coming to the right. Got room to run. Now he breaks loose and touchdown Fairfield Prep. They're back in the ball game real quickly.
Sean Hunt for the Fairfield touchdown.
And the offense did a pretty good job sailing their right-hand side. Wasn't anybody really getting their hand on that runner that time.
One defensive man made contact with the ball carrier, but he was able to break that tackle and took it in around the right side.
That was Sean Hunt for the Jesuits.
The extra point attempt by Dean Russell, number 30.
Only 8 seconds into the second quarter. The extra point try coming. Good snap, good hold. Up and good.
The extra point is good.
9-7.
That was a line drive going through that time, didn't it?
It cleared by about 2 feet.
The score, Daniel Hand 9, Fairfield Prep 7.
Well, that makes it a little more of a game, Kent.
I'm not worried about Fairfield Prep making it a game, Frank. They're one of the ranked teams in Connecticut, and they blew out Guilford 40-0 last week. Ham's first game against Lyman Hall.
Another thing that prepsters have become for the overall southwestern, let's say, Connecticut area is they've become a pretty good prep school feeder system for athletes going on to other schools, whether it's in football, basketball, lacrosse. They've got a lot of players they put up into a higher caliber, next level of play, if you will, whether it's at Fairfield University, Sacred Heart, Providence, any number of different schools.
Books are now available for football and cheerleading here at this game, and will soon be available for soccer, boys and girls cross country, and field hockey.
Short kick.
Kick high in the air. It's going to be fielded on a bounce by Federico, who goes to the right.
Fast Freddy.
In that corner and gets a little yardage across the 30.
Nice job for Fast Freddy over there. The prepsters were able to just kind of stretch it a little bit more. Hand side over there, that right-hand side, almost able to seal it off. Not quite, but Freddy got a good run out of that. Nice job.
A couple of the other kids who were in on that kickoff return were Doug Mulford, number 73. Number 75, Tony Blankstein, was also there. Hand gets the ball near the 35. Walter Smith looking to throw. Now he brings it down. Now he throws. Complete pass. Doolittle out of bounds at about the 43.
Again, very nicely done, as we saw in the first pass of the game. Two of them linking up together. And Smith and Wesson are just lining it up with the receiver, Doolittle. Again, passed it to his outside. Nobody else able to do it. Doolittle also did a good job. You could really see him that time watching the ball right into his hands. Made sure he had a good hold of it before he turned upfield.
Complete pass, 9-yard gain.
Very good basics, both on the pass and catch that time. Ooh.
I didn't see any flag, but somebody there was leaning across early.
Surprised they didn't, because it did look like two men actually encroaching.
Mike Lee carries for the Tiger first down.
Mike Lee gets the first down.
However, it's the end result that makes any difference, and that's it right there. Timmy the Charm one just went in.
They're up near the 48. First down for Ham. That's a big guy in the middle of that Fairfield Prep line there, number 50, Frank.
He's injured, is he?
He's looking Mesa right in the eye.
No, I mean, he didn't look like he was...
Continuing, ladies and gentlemen, please review the ads in the booster book that were placed by the Shoreline businesses and try to...
We got a timeout and a break in the action here.
Especially, we'd like to recognize the...
Number 50, he's 240 pounds, so old Jackie Mesa down there gives away about 40 pounds.
He's just about a foot from Mesa's helmet. And that's Krieger, goes through across midfield, gains about 2.
Carries it across the 50-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
Oh, Jack did a nice job that time on that number 50 down there. He knew what, of course, that's always a benefit in the offense. You know where the play is supposed to go. And he was able to direct number 50 out of the way. So a couple of yards only, but nonetheless a good part of that because of big Jack Mesa.
Here, Hand has 3 receivers to the right side. He's going to look left, and now he's going to throw. Complete pass.
Nice grab.
That's 14 Chalmers makes the catch down near the 45.
He
did a real nice job grabbing that ball and whipping it into protection very well. The way he did that, he also protected his ribs.
Was Chalmers the inside man of those 3 out there?
Yes, it was.
In the slot.
Just came down and button hooked a little bit.
3rd down now and almost 4.
And now Hand's passing game is working quite well.
It's pitched wide this time to Krieger, who takes it to about the right near the line of scrimmage. Not much. Not much. Fourth down coming up.
Well, this would be a time to punt if they so desire, and I think they will.
Yeah, they got Chalmers in to punt. 14.
Chalmers to punt.
Fairfield's got one man dropped to about the 10. Now kind of a short punt formation. He was aiming for the sidelines last week and did it
nice
very
job.
well. He gets it away quick and a good punt, a good high floater. And it's fielded down at about the 7. And he is crunched at the 20.
Big Ben down there, the first one, got him around the ankles and teed him right up for one of his buddies.
45 and 21 for Hand were both in there.
Across the 20 to about the 21.
21 is Chris Murphy.
Chris, go Chris, huh?
And
First and 10 for Fairfield at
45 is Justin Stisley.
Mark Funzel was in there as well.
So Chris Murphy makes a good play on defense. We have 9:05 left before the half. Hand is leading Fairfield Prep 9-7 at this point. Sweep left, and he's slowed up, and number 76, Tony Mead, right there. Tony Mead grabs him behind the line of scrimmage.
That's good leadership by the co-captain.
Ryan, the ball carrier, stopped in the backfield by Tony Mead.
You don't want to slow down looking for a hole with Tony Mead bearing down on you.
No, you really don't. And of course, his linemen got out there very, very quickly, setting up a wall for him to come behind. But when they get out there that quickly, it leaves a little gap behind. And Tony's quick, able to get in behind the gap.
Second down now and 12. It's going to be run to the right side. Man is tripped up by the shoelaces by Mike Lee. Looks like. No, that was 36. Actually got
Tony Spinato.
Tony Spinato.
Up to the 25-yard line.
That's Al J's little brother.
Third down now and about 7.
Oh,
a potential pass play.
Little teaching going on down on the sidelines there.
And that big number 50 for Fairfield Prep plays the right guard position on offense, Frank.
He sure does.
Nose tackle on defense and a run up the middle. Oh, man, breaks loose, breaks a tackle, and got a first down.
First down.
That's a tough run.
That was well executed from
Ryan, the ball carrier, takes it across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
Tommy Drew in, Bill Larson out.
Yeah, Ryan, number 33, he's a 200-pound fullback, so he's not to be taken lightly out there, so to speak. Other preppers.
First down at the 38 for Fairfield Prep.
Oh, LJ against number 50 down there. Let's see what kind of a little action goes on down there.
Run this time over left guard, left tackle, and somebody came in behind and made sure on that one. Gain about a yard.
That's some real good down in the dirt football right now.
Brett Stisley was there, and so were Lee and Krieger.
Number 3, second and 7.
Oh, Bull Durham came out. He was in for a couple more plays. Came out. Oh.
Fairfield Prep takes a timeout.
That's their third one. Oh, second? Jeez, I thought it was their third.
I think Hand took one of
Hand
those.
one took one?
Quarterback looked left that time and didn't like the formation that he had, so he took a timeout. We got a break in the action with 6:27 left in the first quarter. Hand leading 9-7. Second down and about 7 after the timeout. Ball at about the 41. We have close to 6.5 minutes left before the half. Plenty of time. A draw coming back this way and cut down from the side by number 9 for a Hand. Coming in there is Mark McGee.
Stisley was also in on top of that time too. Going to do a lot of draws. Hand will catch up on that pretty quickly.
3rd and 5.
Third down
Timeout
and
for Hand.
5.
Hand's taking a timeout.
No,
Look like.
no,
Timeout of field. Timeout is called.
Yeah, sure. I saw the
You're
coach
right.
hold it up.
you're right. Hand takes a timeout with 6:03 left in the half. 3rd and 5. Fairfield has got a receiver each side of the field. I formation. Straight back, looking right.
145 here.
And incomplete.
Well, that was the old footsteps were heard. And
Mike Lee was right there on the coverage. 4th down coming up.
pass was very, very catchable, but
Broken up on the play by Mike.
you could see him really turn around. Hear those footsteps on the way. 4th down. Time for a punt. Timmy Chalmers coming back. The charmed one.
Punt formation for
Chalmers back
Fairfield.
to receive for the Tigers.
Tim Chalmers back to receive.
Ooh.
And it's a short high kick. I don't believe he's going to field that one.
No, I
Won't
don't
have
want
a
to touch
chance.
that, baby.
It
All right.
takes a big bounce and rolls dead at the 33.
Not bad.
Walter Smith all the way so far at quarterback. He's got 5:46 left before the half. Hands off to the up man,
Freddie
fullback.
Federico?
No gain there.
No, that wasn't Freddie. No, son of a gun. Chris Murphy.
Chris Murphy carried the
How
ball.
about that? Where's his dad? Is dad here, I wonder?
I saw his dad a little while ago.
Yeah. He's goofing off this year. He's not up here taking film.
Second and 10 for him. Walter Smith rolling this way. Got good protection. Now he's going to run it. Carries it up to about the 37.
Only thing he could
Short
do
game.
that time, Ken. Nobody was open. He just tucked it down, got a couple of yards out of it.
36-yard line.
Third down about 6 now.
Made a 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Third and 6. A nice evening at the Surf Club. A slight breeze coming out of the southeast. And fairly warm temperatures. Aloma has split this side, Doolittle to the far side. And Walter Smith rolls this way now. He's looking
Going deep.
long. And
Ooh, I don't know if they're giving it to him.
they're going to give it to him? No,
Nah, I
they
think
say
that's
he's out of
correct.
bounds.
I think that's correct, don't you?
Probably.
Ruled out of bounds,
Aloma was trying to keep his toes in, was not able to.
and therefore incomplete.
No.
First down coming.
He was very close to keeping him in, though.
Very close. He tried very, very hard. But I think it was a correct call.
He made sure he caught the ball.
Kick for the Tigers.
So Hand will pump back.
Little back deep for Fairfield Prep.
Tim Chalmers to kick. And he had to get it away quickly the last time. Tight formation here. And they're coming, but he gets it out of there. Nice high kick. Coming to this side. Going to be buried at the 40. That's
Smith and Walter
makes
there.
the first hit.
And Big Ben.
Milano carries it up to the 39-yard line of Fairfield Prep, where he's stopped by Smith.
You can see some slipping going on down there. The grass is also, I don't think it's any deeper than normal, but it's probably holding a little bit of moisture down there again. And plus, it's humid out, so.
We have 4:41 showing before the half. Hand leading 9-7, but Fairfield with the ball. Quarterback's looking left. Now he's looking right.
Got a man.
Man comes back to catch the ball, and then he's wrapped up by Durham. A good short tackle. Pat Durham. Old ball. Gave him a 3-yard gain on that completion.
He started at the 43.5-yard line. Gain of 3.5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Bull Durham looked like he was a bull wrestler on that one.
He sure did. A good job. Got a sure grip on him. Didn't let him get away.
That receiver went down and then came back for the ball, and they only gained about 3 yards on the completion. They run left this time behind blocking, and breaks tackles, still breaking tackles. Finally dragged down near the 35.
That's the kid we said earlier is about 200-pound fullback, and he sure looked at that time.
He broke about 3 or 4 tackles.
Boy, he held on very strongly with his left hand, but his right hand was doing a lot of beating out there. You see him pushing the arms away, and
that was a tough run.
That sure was.
And not terribly good tackling on Hand's part. We got 3.5 minutes left before the half.
Let me tell you, I was very impressed with that young man doing a carry in that time.
Here Fairfield comes out with trips left, 3 receivers on the far side.
Gonna try to go for it in first down.
And they're gonna run back this way.
Draw again.
And there's a short tackle. That one's planted by number 76 for Hand. Tony Meade. Once Tony Meade gets both arms around him, they don't go too much further.
Sure don't.
Number 70, Tom Drew, checks into the Tiger lineup.
We just passed the 3-minute mark in the first half. Plenty of time here for Fairfield. They're only at the 31.
2nd and about 5.
They don't seem to be in any hurry. Well, we may see some passes here.
Doing the old control game, just like Hand plays.
High formation, receiver on each side.
Fullback's in again. Nope, doesn't get it.
Tailback carries, makes a spin, gets to the 30.
Boy, almost stripped the ball that time. Good job by Hand. Little Tommy was in on that.
Tommy Drew and L.J. Spinato.
The ball carrier. Stopped by Spinato. 3rd and about 4.
Third and 4. I'm expecting passes here any minute, Frank.
I would think so at this time. All 33's in, and
we just crossed the 2-minute mark.
Well, they do. We get some protection.
And there's almost got him.
Gonna be
still running. And there's an illegal block over there. That's a clip.
There's another one.
Fairfield.
3 flags on the ground. The first one coming in was probably a hold of some sort.
Harris is stopped for a loss by Meade. There's a flag on the play.
I saw one clip, but I don't know what the other 2 penalties were.
Holding is the call against the Fairfield clip and clipping.
Yep.
Holding and clipping. Take your pick.
Pressure on the play by Tom Drew.
Co-captain Tony Meade out there trying to decide what to do with this.
The holding call is declined.
Waves the holding, takes the clipping.
The clipping call is
Waves.
They can define them both.
4th down.
Oh, 4th down play. That? Okay.
All right. There's actually a loss on the play. I don't know. I don't know about that.
4th down, 8 yards to go. I'm sure Fairfield will go for it here. This will be an interesting play. We got a 1.5 minutes left before the half. And
timeout.
Fairfield takes that last timeout.
And now a timeout is taken by Fairfield Prep.
With 1:28 showing on the clock. A 4th down play coming up. We'll take a break.
And boosters are there selling hot dogs and chili for billboard at the west end of the field.
Now, after the timeout, Fairfield decides to go in punt formation, but they could fake it from here too, Frank.
Yes, they could. And their number, they're not.
He's going to punt it. He's going to hit it high and long.
Had nobody back.
They don't need it because he kicked it out of the end zone.
And I think that's what they looked for. They were looking to see if Hand was going to do anything, try to get Hand into a, you know, if they could have gotten Hand to do an offsides, then they might have been able to get 5 yards and then gone for it. That's why they took the timeout, so they could reset.
I don't know about that play, Frank. I think if I were a coach, I'd be inclined to let's see if we can get a first down and score before the half.
I think I might have too, to be honest with you.
Particularly when they were behind by 2 points. So Hand with the ball back. We got 1:21 showing on the clock before the half. And Hand is leading 9-7. A good ball game so far. Defensive struggle. And Walter Smith still got the ball. It looked like he tried to hand it off, and there was nobody there.
No. Oops.
Smith on the quarterback keeper.
Gained a yard.
Takes it across the 20 to about the 22. 2nd and 8.
Looks like he might have jammed his right hand a little bit, too. He's kind of flexing it. Murphy comes out.
Chris Murphy, good to see him playing. He was hurt last year. Great deal. We're inside of a minute left in the half. That's the up man, Michael Lee, carrying the ball. Got both arms around it.
Ball around the right side. About 2
Very careful with the ball in his hand right now.
It'll be 3rd and 6.
3rd and a long 6. And Hand doesn't appear to be in any hurry down here. And the clock is running down toward 20 seconds.
The Tiger 24-yard line.
Number 60, Cote, is in the line as a blocker.
Yep.
And
Nice.
Walter Smith hangs on to the ball, doesn't risk a handoff. To run out the first half.
And that ends the first half of play.
Hand is leading 9-7.
Well, all the scoring for Hand was in the first 6 minutes of the game. And that was, after that, they were held pretty much in tow by the Jesuits out there.
Hand had a great start in this game, but they may not have gotten as big a lead as they'd like to have had at this point. We'll take a break in the action. At the end of the half, the Daniel Hand High School marching band is in the end zone to our left on the east end of the field. We will get some of them and then back for the third quarter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The 2001 Daniel Hand Tiger Marching Band is under the direction of Richard Fasano. Drum majors Melissa Blankstein, Brianne Erskine, Eric Alpagard, and Kate Sullivan will lead the band downfield to the 1973 Grand Funk Railroad hit, We're an American Band. Let's go Tigers!
for participants. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior class of Daniel Hand is selling keychain lanyards. Well, you'll see the girls walking around waving.
We're about ready to begin the second half of this game. Hand will kick off back to Fairfield Prep to begin the second half. Tim Chalmers will kick off back at the 40. And to start the game, Frank, Hand had a good start. They scored 9 points before Fairfield ran a play from scrimmage. Not much since then, though.
Not much since then.
It's a short spinning kick. Going to be fielded by one of the up men at about the 35. And breaks one tackle. Now he's buried at about the 38. 38.
Krieger getting him down along with Chrissy Murphy.
Chris Murphy in there.
Fielded by Rob Villano.
Kind of call him Murph the Surf.
38-yard line where it'll be first and 10.
In on the coverage there, the kick was also number 7, Tom Philippone.
First and 10 for Fairfield Prep at their 38-yard line.
Fairfield Prep gets the ball first the second half. Got a split backfield this time. Run right over right guard, right tackle. And
nice job by McGee to hold on.
Mark McGee got run over, but he messed the play up.
He sure did. He held him on long enough to make sure that the guy outweighed him by 60 pounds. McGee shows in the book at 140 pounds. And the young man hitting him was 205 in the book, so that's giving away 50% of the weight. And he did an okay job getting him down, holding him up, letting a friend get on top of him as well.
The deep safety for Hand, Ben Mullen, came up limping after that play, but he's still in there.
Big Ben, he's a tough one.
Gained 3 yards on that first run. And they're going to run over left side.
Wow, tripped over his own man. He tripped over his own man's foot that time. I saw that just as he hit it.
Number 9 for Hand was right there.
It couldn't happen to a nicer guy because I don't like to see that guy get loose.
No gain on the play, third down.
No gain.
Should have been less than no gain.
All right, Pete, we got it. Got third and long 6. Fairfield's got a receiver each side of the field. Split backfield. They're fairly conservative on their play calling here, and it's a draw. It's a delay, and number 76 has got him wrapped up for Hand.
Very well met by Hand. I think they're starting to pick up how on a draw like that, it's very, you start to get the timing right, and you'll see the offensive line pulling back, allowing your own players, the defensive players, to move forward. And that's when you get the draw working for you.
So Tony Meade finished off that run. Punt formation for Fairfield. Good snap. And that's Chalmers back to... he can't field it cleanly, but he falls on it safely at about the 18.
About the 19-yard line. First and 10.
Wasn't any bounce to that ball at all.
That ball just kind of skidded between his legs, so Chalmers took no chances, which is probably a smart thing. That's when you pick it up and try to run with it, and somebody nails you and you fumble.
Yeah, because you don't get a good handle on it when it's like that. Raul Altrek just went in and do some setback chores.
He's not very tall, but he's a tough kid.
Sure is.
He's one of the ABC students, Frank.
Does a great job, yes.
Nice kid.
That's Krieger. Oh, face
from
mask.
New York, and there's flags in late.
Flags in the play as Krieger carries it around.
That's going to be face mask. You see his head whipped back as he's going down.
Krieger takes it across the 20, but now we'll check out the penalty.
I don't know if it's going to be an inadvertent one, but I'm not sure. Face mask.
The call against Fairfield Prep.
Face mask, Fairfield.
5 yard.
From the end of the run.
Only 5 yards added to the run. Brings it up to the 26. As the sticks on the far side say it's now second and a little over 2. Manning the sticks on the sideline are Pete Newcomb and Charlie Gabauer. Been doing it for years. And here's a run this time.
Nice job.
Bounced outside, got to 20.
That was a really good try. I mean, that was good heads up by Federico, although he really got nothing out of it, and actually a little bit of a loss. But he met up there, and he did a nice spin very, very quickly. He'll get that down. He's only a sophomore. Nice job by Fast Freddy.
He lost half a yard on that one.
That won't show very well in the stats or anything like that, but that was a good learning mechanism right then.
Second down and about 4 for him. Walter Smith looking to the far side. I don't know if that's caught. Incomplete pass. A little low and outside, aiming for Chalmers.
It'll be third down.
Well, line marker guys over there wanted to give it to him anyway.
Third and 4, the ball resting at the 25-yard line.
3rd and 4. Chalmers was the inside receiver that time. Aloma was wide. And so far, Aloma's been pretty quiet. He's only caught 1 or 2, hasn't he?
I don't think he's caught any, Ken.
Has he?
I don't think so.
I thought he got at least 1. I don't remember.
Doolittle. Maybe he got 1, but
Hands got the field spread here. Now stop play.
Like official timeout.
Official timeout. The referee needs a drink or something.
Huh.
Not sure what we got.
I don't either. Coming over to the sideline to see the coach.
Something about the clock, Frank.
Yeah.
Apparently the clock wasn't running. The referee says we need to run off 19 more seconds on the clock before we get going. That's what you call a technicality.
Very much so.
Yeah, they're doing it right now, Pete.
Now they've corrected it. They got 80 minutes left in the quarter.
7:03:19. It's going to be about.
Put it on. They were saying add the 18 minutes, 18 seconds to it. Don't see that very often.
Okay, clock operator took a snooze.
He's some of the paid help too, I think.
3rd down and 4. Spread field here for Han. Shotgun formation. Walter Smith looking down the middle and aiming for the tight end, Brett Stisley.
Yes.
Just overthrown.
Oh.
Smith's pass intended.
I thought he had him.
For
I really
Stisley.
did. That looked pretty good.
Fourth.
Too bad because you don't get a chance as a tight end in hand football very often to get a pass thrown to you.
Brings up 4th down. Han's going to have to punt after that. Chalmers will punt. Han's got a tight formation. Nobody wide to go down and cover. And he's trying to get it away in a hurry. And a good kick over the head of the receiver. And he's down. The other knee down. Got a knee down. The referee says he had a knee down. Tim Chalmers kicked that over the return man.
7-yard line.
He did get a nice bounce though that he could pick up on 1 bound.
Yeah, that was a nice kick though. Very, very nice.
That's an interesting punt formation, Frank. They got no gunners out wide to go down and cover. Everybody's in tight to block, and Chalmers kicks quickly. Short punt formation.
Well, you know, Fairfield Prep had shown that they're known to rush, so you're going to protect them instead of sending a gunner down.
Fairfield with the ball at the 28. We've got 8:03 left in the 3rd quarter, and there's a hard hit right close to the 30.
A couple of yard gain.
Mike Lee makes the tackle.
Rodriguez, the ball carrier, was stopped by Tony Spinato and Mike Lee.
Tony,
a yard on the play, 2nd and 9.
Tony Spinato in on that tackle, and he plays an inside linebacker position.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. There's a silver Mercury Sable.
Kind of interesting how we have two sets of brothers playing this year out there, between the Spinatos and the Stisleys, all getting a lot of time as well.
Way to go, Lisa.
We've had some pretty good brothers who've played before here.
Oh, you
Fairfield's got three receivers to this side. And their big number 50 jumps early.
That's a good thing because they had outnumbered the hand defense over on this side. I don't know if you noticed that, but one of the hand players was coming over, but he was being out of position, so they're calling him back. But they were outnumbered over on this side with receivers coming out.
Big number 50 for Fairfield Prep. Left one count early.
Well, he needs to get all that mass moving out there.
Maybe Spinato was talking to him right across from him.
I think so. Come on, guy. Come on. Give it to him. Come on.
Same formation. They're still a man short on the coverage over here.
Big Ben's going to have to pick up the inside guy.
And they're going to run the other way. And man cuts back and nothing there. Good coverage by hand.
Nice job.
Mike Lee on the bottom and Krieger there too.
Yeah.
Pick up with about 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Nice job by the defense, reading that baby.
Get all the receivers to the right, and they run back left.
And hand didn't bite, so they knew well. See, Ben Mullen was kind of cheating in a little bit so he could cover the guy coming out on the inside.
3rd and long, 3rd and about 11. Expect a pass here. Quarterback straight back, looking right. He's looking to throw over here. He's incomplete pass. Broken up by number 9 for a hand.
Nice job, McGee.
Pass intended for Martini is incomplete.
Hey, that's all right.
Receiver had the ball, and McGee, he
broken up on the play.
Broke it up.
Nice job. Excellent job.
4th down for Fairfield.
4th and long for Fairfield. Had a punter back about the 15, and Chalmers is dropping back to return.
By the way,
good snap and a high kick. High short kick. I don't think he's going to field that one. He's going to bounce backwards at about the 41.
Fairfield punt is touchdown.
By the way, just to give him credit, it looked like Seth Mazadlowski was in there last play, not this play, but the play before. So, Seth, good job getting in there.
How'd you pronounce his name, Frank?
Mazadlowski.
That's close.
Don't ask me to spell it.
That's closer than I can come out.
Well, he's a sophomore. We'll get an opportunity to say it many more times, I'm sure. So we'll have to grab that young man and make sure we get it.
Thank you.
We've got 5:55 left the 3rd quarter. Hand is continuing to lead 9-7. With the ball back at the 41. Now, there the man jumped a little early, and now flags are thrown.
Motion, I think. Hand was in motion a little bit.
Mike Lee carries the ball, loses the yard, but we're going to get a penalty here, I think.
Illegal motion called against the Tigers.
Play lost the yard. They may decline.
Penalty is refused.
Penalty is declined.
It'll be 2nd down.
Very interesting.
They marked that right back at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Very confident in their defense right now.
Their hand has got 3 receivers right again. Walter Smith rolling that way. Still got it. Going to cut now. Bringing it back in. There goes Walter Smith. Let's see if he can outrun somebody. Man got an angle on him. Down to the 28. 1st down.
Nice job by Smith and Wesson.
Big run.
Nice cutback when he got out through that hole. Great job of watching his blockers take shape. Saw a nice hole to the inside. Good job. Yeah, they can take advantage of that momentum now, Ken.
Big run by Walter Smith. Rolled out, kept it, cut it back, and made a big gain.
Whoops.
Now what do we got? Who knows?
Couldn't tell.
Referee said play on. And it's handed off to Mike Lee, and Lee makes a little yardage.
Nice job.
Running low and hard.
Starting to be tripped up out there, but he put his hand down, got his balance, got another 1.5 yards out of that.
2nd and 6.
He was behind Mesa and Kittle, blocking ahead of him.
Mountain Mesa down there, old Jackie.
He gained almost 4 yards on that run. Walter Smith, quarterback, hands off to the tailback, Krieger. Krieger goes down to about the 21.
Bang, bang, down there.
Krieger, the ball carrier, goes to the 22. A gain of 2, it'll be 3rd.
I'll tell you, that this is quite a battle of linemen down there, because the Preppies have 4 or 5 200-pounders starting at both offense and defense.
They're not going to push them around much, are they?
Not going to push them because they're in good shape. You can just look at them and you can tell they're in good shape down there. And the hand players aren't really outweighed that much by them, but it's tough. It's
3rd and 4 for him.
Definitely not a pushover.
It's shotgun formation. Walter Smith is back at the 25.
Wants to
now he's being pressured. And gets away from one man, gets away from another, and
Snapped
loses
his helmet
goes
off.
out of bounds.
Holy mackerel. Whoa.
Somebody got his helmet but didn't get his head.
Red Smith.
Oh. So Smith and Wesson. When your name is Smith and Wesson, you don't need a helmet, Kent.
First down. Tough run by the quarterback.
I think we ought to get old Smith and Wesson down there, one of the old leather helmets. No face mask, nothing. Just go down there.
I think you want to be careful what you hit after you lose your helmet, though, Frank.
Not if his name is Smith and Wesson.
First down hand.
All right. Love
at
it.
the 18. Lone man in the backfield is Mike Lee. He gets the pitch and got a cut down to about the 15.
Nice job. Got 4 or 5 out of that.
Mike Lee, the ball carrier,
Probably 4.
Picks up about 3 on the play. 2nd and 7.
Raul Altrish was ahead of that, blocking.
Doing a very good job blocking, too. He gets his man.
He isn't very tall, but he's a tough kid.
No, he gets on his man, and he's able to turn him pretty well.
Here's a pitch in the backfield again to
Whoops.
Lee, and he is just carrying tacklers with him to about the 11.
Well, 130 yards last week, and Krieger having 111, I believe it was, but those really snuck up on us, the Lee yards.
Hand's going to take a timeout here before the next play is run.
That's a good job.
We're down, the ball is spotted at about the 11, it looks like. 3rd down and 2. We got 2:48 left in the 3rd quarter. Hand is continuing to lead by 2 points, 9-7, but we got a break in the action.
For the Tigers.
3rd and 2 for Hand.
These are getting tough yards down here, Kent.
And they're going to get tougher down in there. Walter Smith hands it off to the first man, Mike Lee, who crawls forward. The ball came loose, but blown dead.
Mike Lee, the ball carrier, across the 10 to about the 9.
Good heads up by Walt down there. Seen that ball punch loose because the whistle hadn't blown yet.
We got a 4th down play coming up
Yes.
here, Frank.
Oh, this is one of these that...
4th and 1. Chris Murphy brings in a play.
Chris Murphy checks into the lineup for the Tigers.
And Seth Mazadlowski getting ready to go in, too.
Mike Lee is out. Murphy is in at fullback. That may mean a pass play. Let's see what we got.
Pitch.
Walter Smith.
Wow, I don't think
wide, and he may be stopped short.
Yeah, forward
Krieger
progress. I don't know.
Carried the ball.
Krieger, the ball carrier, is stopped
Yes.
by
Stopped
Fairfield
short.
at the 10-yard line.
What?
And Fairfield Prep will take over on down.
Fairfield Prep gets the ball back and a sure tackle.
Boy, I'll tell you, that looked like the whole opening was there, Kent, but it filled so quickly because we know that Krieger's able to hit that line very, very quickly. Wasn't meant to be.
At their own 10-yard line.
So that was a long possession by Hand.
We're down to 2:06 left in the 3rd quarter. Hand continuing to lead 9-7, and they scored their 9 points before Fairfield ever got the ball. And and nothing since. Quarterback looking to throw left. Now he's looking left. Now he's looking right. Now he's going to throw it to the stands.
Nobody around. He had no one open whatsoever.
He put that one over the fence.
Yeah, threw it away, but, you know, they do want to try to make some momentum in their favor if they possibly can. They've got the wind at their back right now. And then they're going to turn it around in less than 2 minutes, Kent.
Well, there's not a lot of wind, a little bit of breeze from the
but it might be
southeast.
enough to make a difference in the kicking game, maybe more than anything.
2nd and 10. Fairfield brings 2 men to the right side, the near side. And they're going to run left. And there's a man stood up and knocked down. Krieger's got a hold of him by the ankles.
Yeah, and Big Ben was in there, and Tony Spinato.
Tommy Drew back in the game.
Little Tommy in.
6 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 4.
He's got a big cast on his right arm. He broke a bone there. What did he break, Frank? I don't remember.
There's something in his wrist, I believe.
Did not dress for the game last week, but he's back in action.
At their 16-yard line.
3rd and about 5 here. They're going to pitch left, going to run left, going to
Nice.
stop short.
Nice stop.
Bring up 4th down.
Oh, that was well read by the defense. Billy Larson in on that, doing a good job. Tony Meade,
Short of the first down.
Tony
Billy
Spinato,
Larson.
Mikey Lee.
Tony Meade, LJ Spinato.
And 3.
Got the big boys in on that tackle.
Out there
But-
playing with the big dogs.
Fairfield's going to have to kick it, though. We're down inside of a minute left in the 3rd quarter.
For the Tigers.
Ooh,
High snap,
a little bit of
almost
pressure.
missed it.
Okay, let
It's a
that
high,
baby.
short kick, relatively short.
Let,
Nobody's going to field that. It's
Doesn't
going to
make
be roll backwards about to 48. Somebody
Doesn't work that way.
almost got in there to block that
Yes.
kick. Who was that?
was
one?
Stisley.
Stisley?
Brett Stisley, I believe. Oh, Justin, I'm sorry.
Very close to getting a hand on that. That snap from center was high, and the punter did not field it quite cleanly. It almost went through his hands.
Well, it was high and to the right, so he had to really stretch for it, and that was going in the direction of Stisley coming in, so he picked him up a little quicker to get in there. Almost did block it.
And in good position across midfield at about the 48. We got 21 seconds showing on the clock in the 3rd quarter. That's the first man, Lee, and Lee lowers his head and is still going down to about the 43.
Oh, pump those legs, baby.
Behind the blocks of Stisley.
And that should run out the 3rd quarter here.
Across the 45 to the 43
But a
yard line.
5-yard gain where there was no hole. As the 3rd quarter ends with Hand leading 9-7. We got one more quarter to play. 12 minutes left to decide this game.
The score, Daniel Hand 9, Fairfield 7.
More minutes to play. 2nd and 5 for Hand.
And would very much like to be able to put it in the end zone, Ken.
That's the 2nd man carrying the ball. That's Krieger. Got a little room to run down to the 35.
Very good. First down.
That'll get my 1st down.
Oh, Walter looks like he's hurt. Smith and Wesson.
Walter Smith is still sitting on the turf out there holding his left ankle. We've
Right.
got a break in the action for an injury timeout.
Krieger takes it to
The,
35-yard line.
The second quarterback here is Mark Punzel, and he played well last week, Frank.
Did a very good job, yes.
35.
So if Mark can't can't go here. They've got a capable backup quarterback. We'll take a break in the action here.
Looks like a cramp.
As they get Mark Smith or Walter Smith off of the field.
Well, looks like a cramp in the Charlie horse.
I think he's still rolling.
At the Fairfield 35.
First down. Walter Smith walked off on his own after that. It was either a Charlie horse or a cramp. But Mark Punzelt, number 16, is in a quarterback. Sophomore. Played quite a bit last week and did very well. Handed off to Krieger, who goes across the 35 to the 34.
Still got a couple of yards out of that. Didn't look like much. But that's the kind of play you run when you're trying to get your new man into the game. Just get him into the flow a little bit, get his adrenaline working. But we did see him throw a couple of rockets last week for completions. Let's see if they take advantage of that strong arm.
Got a Loma split to the left. Chalmers motion across to the left. Punzelt rolls that way. He's got good protection. Now he's going to bring it down. And he doesn't get much.
Loma was who he really wanted to go to, and Loma was going deep. But he could see he didn't have him free, so he didn't do anything with the ball, and that was okay.
That's going to be third down and almost 10 now. Craig Doolittle brings in a play. Third and long. We may see Punzelt throw a pass. He threw 2 last week. Completed them both, Frank.
Absolutely. And they were rockets.
Big play here for Hand. They've got a Loma split this side. Punzelt still got it. Rolling this way now. He's going long.
Oh, he's got a Loma. He's got it.
Touchdown Hand.
Oh.
Jason Oloma from Mark Punzelt.
He placed that right on the money out there.
Mark Punzelt laid that pass beautifully right over the shoulder of Oloma behind the defense.
Oh, that was sweet.
You don't expect your second-string quarterback to come out and do that well, Frank.
Oh, and old Punzelt is a sophomore. Oh, he's doing very, very well.
Extra point try here, and snap is no good. And
you got to get him.
It is fumbled. No good on the conversion.
Well, Hand hasn't had much luck with their point afters, but between the field goal and the 2 nice plays, got a nice lead.
Bellatier did not have a chance to kick that one, but the score remains 15-7. Hand leading. That's only an 8-point lead, Frank. With a 2-point conversion, we're back tied again.
You betcha.
10 minutes left in the game.
The Tigers lead 15-7. Chalmers to kick.
Tim Chalmers will kick back to Fairfield Prep.
Rodriguez and Brooks back deep for Fairfield.
We played 2 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Your left. That's your right, dumbass. Your left.
Chalmers hits a low, hard one, and the man's going backwards at about the 14 where he feels it. And run up the middle, finally cut down at about the 37, 38.
Very nice run back. He had good protection out there. The line really stopped Hand right about the 35-yard line. Hand didn't advance further down the field than that. Field position is very, very important, Kent.
Frank, I'm trying to figure out who one of the linemen is. Is he wearing a 72 there, or that's 77 maybe?
77, Larson, Billy Larson.
Billy Larson. And a run to the right, not much there. That's Larson and Stisley and Meade all in that.
That's right, but Billy Larson, the man we just talked about in there, number 77, was right on the nose of the running back coming through. And that was that 200-pound fullback coming through there, and he grabbed him, didn't give him much.
Tom Drew just came back in the game. He's wearing big number 70, right in the middle of the line.
Little Tommy.
Little Tommy. Fairfield Prep has second down now and about 9 almost. We got 2 receivers to this side.
There we go.
It's a cross buck and
nice.
A lot of manpower right in the middle.
Oh, was that pretty? Nice defense.
About a foot on that run.
Stopped for no gain.
That came right at little Tommy.
And Tom Drew on the tackle.
And I think Tommy's going to need a ham sandwich after this game is over, Ken.
Think he'd be hungry, do you?
He might be hungry. It better be a big ham sandwich, I'll tell you that.
Ben Mullen in on that tackle.
Matter of fact, I bet that's what's inside that cast down there. He's probably got a ham sandwich. Little mustard on
This
it.
is 3rd and about 7, pass type situation. You got 2 receivers out to this side. Quarterback straight back. Now he's going to
lay it out a little bit long.
Incomplete pass. Coverage is by Durham.
That wasn't catchable at all.
Fourth down for Fairfield with 8:06 left in the game. Punt formation once again. Tim Chalmers back to receive.
Chalmers deep for the Tigers.
What wind there is facing the kicker now. He's got a high boot out of there. And it's not going to be fielded. It bounces backwards, fielded about the 33.
Boy, he had a long drop on that from his hand. I don't know if you noticed, but it seemed like he was dropping that from shoulder high.
Daniel Hand High School. The good guys wearing black. They look like the New Zealand national rugby team, the All Blacks. That's what they're called.
That's right, yeah.
We got 8 minutes left in this game.
Walter Smith's back in. I don't know if you noticed.
Motion and a flag.
Motion or too much time. Too much time, I think. Motion.
Procedure is the call against the Tigers at the 5-yard mark-off. Remain first down, 1st and 15. Now start at the 28-yard line.
I didn't see what the procedure call was about.
Well, procedure can be timed, too. And it did seem like it took a long time for Hand to get that play on the way to me.
It's 1st and 15 now. Looks like the same play, run again. Doolittle in motion, they're going to run up the middle, nothing there. Absolutely nothing there.
Well, didn't get the penalty back.
The ball carrier takes it to the 30.
Yeah, gained a yard.
2nd and 13.
Sean Krieger.
Punzel came in.
Punzel is in lineup as a receiver, apparently.
Well, I wouldn't be, with his size, he'd be the tight end.
Doolittle and
he's going to be the tight end.
And Stisley, he's going to play the tight end position. Yeah. Okay. Punzel is pretty versatile.
Wait, he's a 200-pounder.
He's out.
He's coming out.
Oh, and there's a flag in late.
Smith is tackled in the backfield, a flag on the play.
Tackled by big number 50, but flag down.
Yeah, I didn't.
Usually that's an illegal block, a holding call against Hand.
Yeah. The Tigers.
On that play, Punzel was out as a receiver, Frank.
Yes, he did. He came out and went straight up and then hooked to the left, came all the way across this way. I mean, to the right as a tight end.
The result of the play is a loss.
Refused the penalty because there was a loss on the play. Now Hand has got third in a whole bunch.
And Punzel stays in same position.
Third down. Third and long.
At least Walter Smith getting him right back in the game. He's in shotgun formation.
One blocker.
He's going to have to unload it in a hurry. Now he's going to run. And he is tackled short gain back to about the 27.
Takes it across the 25 to the 27.
This game has turned into a punting contest, Frank.
It really has. Of course, Hand ended up with 15 yards worth of penalties backwards that time. And that's going to give, well, I don't want to say good field position to the Jesuits down here, but fairly reasonable depending on the kick that Chalmers can get off.
Look, the return man is on the near hash. If Chalmers can kick it on the far side, he's got a lot of room. And he has to get rid of it in a hurry. It's a high kick.
Whoa!
Hand recovers.
Who was that masked man?
I think it was Punzel that caught that.
How about that? Whoa! That's one of those. So Fairfield Prep doesn't feel very good about that. Bounced right off the number.
Number 16, Mark Punzel's doing a little everything here tonight.
Yeah, you bet he is. Tight end, quarterback, special teams, chase man, general gunner.
And when he's not doing anything else, he throws touchdown passes.
Yeah.
First down for Hand at the 48.
There's Krieger. Nice 5-yarder almost.
Krieger.
Now this is when you start to see the other team. You see the other team holding on to their knees or holding on to their waist. That means they're getting a little winded out there. Hand has had ball control, I believe, most of the game.
They need to do what they did last week, Frank.
Just pound it
Keep that
ahead.
ball for over 6 minutes and end up scoring.
Yeah, that's matter of fact, 5 minutes and 40 seconds right now, and Hand will love it.
That's the tailback. Krieger bounces off of one man,
Nice
across
job,
the 40.
maybe.
He's got, looks like he's got enough for a first down.
He's right there going across the big guys. Oh, Tigers are really on the prowl right now. I thought he didn't get the spot quite the way he could have, but Krieger did a nice job.
I thought he had enough for a first there, but there he marked it short.
I did too. Well, man, even if they measured it, it might be, because I don't think the line markers.
We're going to see another run right up the middle
Yeah,
here.
I think so. It's time to, same thing. There he's got it.
Tailback got the first down and more.
Nice spin.
That's Krieger down to the 32.
Excellent job.
First down Hand. 4:52 on the clock. They got an 8-point lead and they've got the ball.
Spinato and Meade this side, tight end Stisley far side. Oh, we got a. Yeah.
Walter Smith bobbled the snap, but I think he held on.
He did, yeah. And matter of fact, he tucked it down and maybe got a yard out of it.
That ball popped straight up in the air.
Again, part of that, whoop, we got a timeout in the field.
Fairfield Prep takes a timeout before the next play with 4:34 left in the game.
Please exercise caution and safety in your vehicles. Be courteous to your fellow driver and be aware that many pedestrians and children prefer the road line.
After the timeout by Fairfield Prep, that's Krieger with the ball, still going across the 25.
That's going to be close to another first down. Don't know if it's there, but it's close. By the way, the next game is against East Haven at home here, is it, Kent?
Next week?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
I believe so.
I haven't looked at my schedule.
So it'll be same time, same place. Just a week difference.
Okay.
East Haven.
Same weather, right?
Same weather, hopefully, boy.
Third down and less than a yard. We're going to see another one up the middle. There it goes by Mike Lee, who goes to the 20. Should have the first down.
Tight formation by hand that time. You couldn't gotten a toothpick between the linemen, I don't think.
It's number 60, Cote, 52, Mesa, 76, Meade.
74, Kittle.
Right. And they all just blocked straight forward, and ball carrier took it right behind him for a first down. And is trying to control the clock, and they've already got an 8-point lead here. They need to let the clock run now and end up with a score.
And move.
Now we got a penalty before the play.
Huh.
Frank, this is when you consider that Fairfield Prep beat Guilford 40-0 last week, and they're a top 10 ranked team in the state. And is 8 points ahead of them with 3:23 left in this game, and they got the ball.
Well, you know,
they can play with the big boys. Is what that shows.
They're playing with them right now, and I'm really
They haven't
impressed.
got one yet, but they're sure playing with them.
Well, I'm really impressed. Oh, Walter's trying to stretch out those calves. I hope the coach picked up on that.
First and 15,
He's having trouble. He's got another cramp.
You need to hang on.
Walter, you could see him stretching. I hope the coach picked up on that.
Walter Smith cuts it back across the
No, yeah, see?
He's limping.
Yeah. Both of them were cramping up on him that time. He was trying to stretch it out. You could see it as he approached the line. Yeah, he's dehydrated.
So Punzel's going to be back in at quarterback. Walter Smith obviously could not run very well on that sore leg.
Oh, just as he got the ball and tried to work with it, you could see it really cramp up. And he did a real gutsy job holding on to it and actually getting him, you know, a little bit back on the play. So Smith & Wesson comes back in on the sideline to reload.
So Mark Punzel back in at quarterback, number 16. He's facing a 2nd and 12. Punzel rolling left, and he's got good protection.
He's got a
He's
man.
going to unload.
Yes.
Complete pass down
Yes,
near the goal line.
Aloma.
Is that Aloma?
Aloma. That'll be 1st and goal from up.
Number 5, Aloma. That was a super job of shielding off the defensive player to make the catch by Aloma that time.
It really looked like a box out, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's a little bit of box out basketball type play when you've got it like that. You shield off, put your body between the defender, let the ball come a little bit past you, grab that thing. Good sure hands.
We're down about to 5. 1st and goal for Hand. We're down to 2.5 minutes left in this game. Power eye for Hand.
Aloma's an excellent lacrosse player as well.
And somebody jumped early in the line.
Ooh, I think that was the Preppies.
The Preppies. Number 51 there fell on his nose a little early.
Yeah, and he's a 235-pounder. Again, trying to get that old mass in motion and couldn't get it stopped.
That's going to take it down between the 2 and the 3.
Same thing.
We're at 2:20 left in the ball game, and Hand is down close to the goal. And that's Mike Lee. He's got a yard or two.
Close.
There,
He
they give
should
it
be
to
there,
him.
yeah.
Hand scores, Mike Lee.
Oh, those whistles seemed awful long taking place. I thought he crossed the goal line, grab a whole coffee break earlier than that.
He only needed about 2.5 yards, and I thought he went 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of interesting. Oh, Mikey Lee.
21-7.
In the old New Haven Register stats this week, he was the number 1 scorer in the area, so he's adding to it.
Good
kick
snap,
is
good kick by Pelletier. Puts it right through. 22-7 with 2:08 left in this ball game. And now Hand needs to play defense.
Now you're going to see the old Jesuits are going to go out there and open it up. They'll have to pass. They got to get something. So Hand's defense has got to, first of all, get the kick and not allow him a good run back. Try not to get good field position. And your special teams, a lot of times, has a lot of young players on it.
The big play of that drive was the third and about 15 pass from Funzel to Aloma down at about the 5-yard line. Made a great catch by Aloma, shielding off the defense.
Absolutely beautiful.
That was the key to that drive. Ended up in a touchdown.
Tommy Philippone's in here. We also have Ryan Galuli. And Micah Prescott on the near side.
I don't have a number 80 on my list.
That's Micah Prescott.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Tim Chalmers ready to kick off.
He wants to get it deep if he can.
He's been kicking
Gets it down,
hard,
it's a trouble to pick up.
Picked up at about the 18. Run this way, and he's snowed under around the 35.
Well, the way these are running, pretty much, it's almost a 35 all the time right now.
Lee and Mullen in on the tackle at the 35.
Shot by Tony Spinato.
Now, you know it's going to be an aerial game right now, I would say. They may try to do a line run, you know, giving it to number 33, who's got the biggest line carry from scrimmage of either team.
We've got 2 minutes left in the game.
He's the fullback. They may try to do that to get him to crunch up close and then open it up. Let's see. Nope, they're going to go to the air.
We're going to see a lot of passing here.
Playing it by the book.
Pass the far sideline and run out of bounds by Durham. Durham and Tony Spinato.
Bulldogs him outside again.
Harris's pass is complete to Delmore. Knocked out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
That's right by the book that way, Kent. You know, inside 2 minutes, you want to go out of bounds and kill it, so do some short dump passes.
About 8.5 yards on that play.
So I would say that
it only took about 6 seconds.
They got 3 this side.
Quarterback looking to throw on every play. And he's going to throw to this sideline. And no flag. That was close.
That was.
The ball was overthrown. Luke Monero was in on the coverage.
Incomplete, third down.
Did a nice job coming in and timing that hit. And number one's going to know that if he hears footsteps next time, somebody's going to put a pad on his kidney, I think.
Third down and about 1.5 yards. Fairfield prep floods 3 receivers to this side. Does Hand got enough defensive men to cover him?
No, they don't.
Here.
Same formation, going short.
Quick pass, complete pass, brought down to the 45, first down.
Keep the clock running.
That's almost a screen.
Fairfield first down at the Tiger 45. First and 10.
Had 3 receivers that threw to the back when the other 2 of them are blockers.
That's right. Very close to a screen. That's right. Just no lineman out there.
First down at 45. We got 1.5 minutes. There's the ball grounded.
Oh, LJ came through, gave him a little kiss.
We got 1:32 showing on the clock.
Harris stops the clock with a spike. Second down.
This time Fairfield puts 3 receivers on the far side of the field.
Yep. I'm going to try to change their luck.
They may run that same kind of play. And they're going to throw him wide open over there on the sideline. And Pat Durham is way off him, finally drives him out of bounds.
Pass is complete to Lantini. Knocked out of bounds by Pat Durham.
This has been a very efficient drive, though, by Fairfield.
First down at the Tiger 35.
Well, Hand's
made a lot of yardage and haven't used much time.
Big cushion out there on the passes. Kind of challenge him to make the pass and then try to do something with it.
First down at the 35. Here's the 3 receivers to the left.
Again, look in this side.
Going long there.
No good.
No good. Incomplete pass. Monero back there. Mullen back there.
Pass intended for Rodriguez is incomplete.
No chance on that one.
Closest person to it with 2 black jerseys out there, Ken. I don't know whether the Prepsters were trying to just throw to a spot and have the receiver come to it, but the receivers didn't go to that particular spot.
Coach Sekula is going to have a sore arm after this game. He just gave a high five to Tommy Drew on that right hand. It's got a cast on it. There's another pass play. Down the middle. There's a man almost incomplete pass, and Mullen drills him right after the ball is there.
Big Ben rings the clock.
This pass is incomplete. Broken up by Ben Mullen.
Ben Mullen.
Third down.
Now we got 3rd and 10. There'll be 2 more pass plays here if they need them. Clock shows 1:09 left in the game.
Well, I predict they'll try to do something short-ish to the sideline so they can kill the clock, get a first down.
They come out in the same formation each time with 3 receivers on one side. And quarterback looking. Now he's going to run. Being pursued. And
keep him in bounds.
Trying to go out of bounds, makes it out of bounds. Short of a first down, however. Going to bring up 4th down. We're inside of a minute now. Got less than a minute.
It took some time off the clock anyway.
30 at about the 28.
If they could have kept that play in bounds, Frank. 4th down play.
4th down and 4 yards to go.
If they can stop this play, they pretty well got this game, Frank. If they don't, Fairfield is still alive.
Well, it's 2 full touchdowns, but it can happen in football in a minute.
4th and 4. Got 3 receivers to the short side of the field, this side.
This is when the coaches really challenge the defense. Look at Spinato.
There's a pass, incomplete pass, and gets the ball.
Yes.
Number 60, Cote is in there.
Hey, we're going to try to get in some post-game interviews down here. Hand has the ball, and so they should be able to kill the clock.
Tony Spinato.
But we'll try to do that, but we're going to have to dismount this.
You want to go on down?
Well, we'll have to wait for the camera.
54 seconds Hand has to kill this clock. They're ahead 22-7 against Fairfield Prep. This is going to be an upset here. All they got to do is hang on the ball. Punzel's got the ball at the quarterback, and he's not even going to hand it off. And everybody's trying to take it out of his arm.
They sure are. So we'll do post-game interviews. We'll do, folks. Look forward to seeing the co-captains tonight. We'll try to get Tony Meade and LJ Spinato down there to interview with the co-captains this year.
I guess Fairfield Prep had 1 timeout remaining. The scoreboard said they didn't have any left. Okay, that surely is the last one.
Fairfield Prep's final timeout.
Final timeout. They stopped the clock with 46 seconds. But they need 2 touchdowns, and they don't have the ball. That's the key to it. This is a good, hard-hitting game, and if they can come out and beat a team like Fairfield Prep, we're going to be watching a pretty good football team, Frank.
It bodes well. I hope the folks at home get excited by this. And when the players watch it themselves, I hope they get excited. They remind me very much of the last 2 state championship teams. I'm not saying they're that caliber right now, but the guys 89 and 97, kind of no-name teams, no real heroes on the teams, but boy, they knew how to play as a team.
Punzel takes a knee.
And this is a team that has coalesced very, very quickly, as we saw last week. First half to second half, very, very different.
And that kid, Mark Punzel, comes in for Walter Smith at quarterback, and Hand doesn't lose a thing with him in there.
Excellent job. Punzel played 4 different positions tonight.
Recovered a fumble. Clock is running. We're at 25 seconds and running. They don't care if they get a 5-yard delay here. Oops.
That's right. That's what they do. They suck up all
Tony
of it.
Meade moved a little early on that one with 20 seconds showing on the clock. All he needs is take 1 more knee and let the clock go. So we'll wrap it up quickly from the top of this press box. This is Kent Sprague with Frank Tordoff. John Woods is on the camera. Steve Fust was on it earlier.
3rd and long.
3rd down and long, but Hand does not care. And the clock is running. We're just standing waiting for the clock to run. The final score is going to be Daniel Hand 22, Fairfield Prep 7. Good night from the top of the press box. We'll try to get some interviews of players down on the field.
Let's rock and roll. The post-game interviews, we're going to get the co-captains in front of us. Hope you can hear the sound all right, because we don't have a mic in hand here. But we have right over here Tony Meade. You'll hear a lot about him during the game. And you hear L.J. Spinato. And they're both the co-captains, seniors this year, down in the line all the time, except when you're doing your linebacker stuff. Let's start over here with Tony. Tony, tell us about the game from your perspective on defense.
From defense, we just worked hard all week, trying to defend the sweep and all that stuff. And we just executed all. We just worked hard, and it came together. What else can you say? We're just working hard. Let's just keep it up.
Good teamwork all the way. I loved what I saw there. Okay, LJ, from the offensive standpoint, what did you feel and have going for you out there?
Offensively, I don't know. It seemed we got a lot of close calls. We always brought it to the red zone, but never could capitalize. But we'll see. A couple times we did. And it was a big game and a big win.
Yeah.
And we'll take it, definitely.
Well, you hear a lot about field position when you're watching television in the NFL and stuff. You saw field position a lot today when you're able to keep pushing back, and then you could bend the defense, your defense a bit, but you never really broke on it, guys, both of you. How about some of the younger players out there? Do you have some good words for some of the younger players?
Oh, they're stepping up great. They're
Sean
great players.
Krieger, tailback,
He's stepping up.
2 ways, NDN, Mike Lee.
We're glad they're working so hard. We appreciate so much. We love them all.
Okay, let's get a couple of the other guys in here. Why don't let's have you guys introduce Jack and Jason.
There's Jack Mesa, our center. Jason Aloma, our wide receiver. A couple touchdowns.
You know, we've got a lot of noise in the background here. Thanks, guys. Good game. Jack, this is the man you see down in front of the quarterback all the time. And Jack, what are your feelings from up in front there tonight?
I know the line, we blocked hard. We just drove the ball straight like we always do. We just ran regular hand football, just right up the nose. Just hit them.
That's what it looked like to me. So, Jason, are you a basketball player by any chance? Huh? No, not a basketball. I know you're a lacrosse player.
Yeah, it's lacrosse.
But I'll tell you, maybe that was a lacrosse move we saw out there when you blocked off right near the end of the game. You want to tell us about what you were doing out there tonight?
The last play?
Well, any of those last plays.
Well, the last play, it was kind of a mess up play. Like, I was running a fade deep to the back of the end zone, and I saw Funzel scrambling, and I was able to come back to the ball before the kid jumped in front of it. And the other one, I was just able to get him on the post and ran it back to the corner and got him beat.
Everything looked really great out there.
It was a nice ball.
But what I particularly saw was when you were blocking out the other guy. I thought we were having a good box-out basketball move there. But that was dynamite, guys. From the standpoint of you guys are seniors. You're a senior this year too, right, Chase? What are you finding from the younger players? We know we got a lot of young guys out there this year.
It's a lot of talent, I think.
Especially in the backfield, they're stepping up mid a lot, and they're just going right up and just hitting people like we always do.
That's wonderful. Look, I think this is one of the neatest wins I've seen in a long time. I think you guys are really looking good. We mentioned this on the broadcast. Last week's game, first half, was totally different than the second half, and it looked like this was a good pickup from that point.
Yeah.
All right, what do you feel then? Next week you'll be going into East Haven, or East Haven coming here. You probably haven't already looked forward that far yet, have you?
No, not yet, but I know we got a lot to work on. We just got to keep going. Keep going forward.
The same thing as we've been doing, correct?
Yep.
Okay, look, guys, thanks a lot. Great game. Appreciate it all, okay? Take care, guys. Good rest of the season. Well, you can hear how happy everybody is around here, and it was a dime. Hey, let's get, hey, Walter Smith. Yeah. Walter, we're going to call you Gimpy.
Oh, thanks. I don't know if I need that name yet.
Well,
only second game.
Well, those were a couple of Charlie horses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were both my calves cramped up late in the third quarter, I think it was, and once it starts, it just doesn't stop.
It was brutal. It was painful for me feeling it.
Oh, it was painful for me too.
You know, everybody, if you didn't get it, this is Walter Smith. You heard us call him Smith & Wesson out there to get his nickname going for him. Quarterback, had some trouble out there with his calves, but he had the game well in control most of the time out there. Walter, how was it feeling out there?
Oh, there's nothing better than being here on a Friday night. I mean, fans in the stands are just great, and the band's playing. It's the greatest feeling on earth right here in football.
It really is. It's great when we're up in our position. It's neat to see you young guys doing what you're doing out there.
A lot of fun.
We want to congratulate you on a great win.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Good night.
All right.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up a little bit. We could go on and on tonight.
So Hand has played 2 games and won 2. They've beaten Lyman Hall and Fairfield Prep, and Fairfield Prep was a very good football team. So 2-0 start, Frank.
Very exciting game tonight. Very exciting start for a really good group of young men, it looks like.
So we will sign it off for tonight. The final score here was, 22-7?
22-7.
Against Fairfield Prep, and next week, home game again, right here at Strong Field. So this is Kent Sprague with Frank Tordoff saying good night from Strong Field.
Good night, everybody.